Hello everyone and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. I really do like the look of this game, and this level particularly. It's very pretty. It's got a kind of Magna Forest-y kind of feel to it from Xenoblade, but also just, it's really just very cool, honestly. I do love waterfalls. There was a place I went to, I'll actually put some video, I've got it. A place I went to in Marrakesh, well in Morocco, that had this kind of feel. Whose name I can't remember. But anyway, here we are now obviously back in the Cascade Kingdom. And here we have got various things we're going to be cleaning up this episode. So, if we smash that in, we get a pipe here. I'll be leaving the dinosaur alone for now, and that will hop us up here, which will take us to another, power moon. There we go. Then up here, I believe there are still a few more purplums to be gathered in this kingdom. Bring me my compass back, please, because my notes say go south off the cliff edge, and I don't want to do that without knowing, there we go, which way south is, otherwise I'm liable to make a massive twat of myself. Now, what we need to do is, there is a checkpoint up here, where is it? There we go. And then, just past here as well, there is a secret door leading to a secret area. So this is the dinosaur nest. And like all secret areas, it has 2 stars up for grabs here, though unlike a lot of secret areas, it's not immediately obvious which one of these is. Normally there's the real one and what is clearly a secret one. This one, well, we'll see. Our goal for now is to kill all of these spinies, so we just run along and we nom them. Fortunately with the T-Rex, this is incredibly easy to do. Just bear in mind, yeah, you can't hold on to the T-Rex forever, so just move relatively quickly. Speed her on, please. Ooh, Jesus, those trampolines are horrifying just because it really feels like this thing should not be able to jump like that. But when your genocide is complete, we have a power moon there. Wonderful. We'll go and grab that briefly and leave the T-Rex. Am I in him? There we go. Also, I don't know, I never actually pointed this out, but I don't know if anyone's noticed yet, who isn't already familiar with this game, but you may have realised when you capture something, not only does Mario's hat go in it, but it also spontaneously grows a mustache. Observe. Even the massive fucking T-Rex, if I spin the camera around, gets a little mustache on the end there. Hat and mustache are the 2 absolute signs that the Mario parasite is possessing you, and once those symptoms show, unfortunately, it's too late for any preventative treatments. Anyway, with that, if we crash into a rock down here, I guess this is probably the secret one. I suppose the spiny genocide is probably the main moon for the dinosaur nest, but when we hit there, because you can't jump in the T-Rex, we can grab ourselves the second moon down here. Wonderful. Let's head back outside. So back out here, if we head to the north here, then... Oh, bugger! Oh, I nearly cocked that up. Then there is a little cave here. This actually had... I think this... Oh no, this wasn't the one I was thinking of earlier. But yes, this has got... We did come here earlier looking for purplums, and I forgot they weren't here. They're actually at the top of the thing. But that gives us Treasure of the Waterfall Basin. Wonderful. Now, if we head back towards the Odyssey over here, we will find another scarecrow. God, that waterfall was very loud. You'll remember these, the timer challenges from the Cap Kingdom, and basically there's usually 2 timer challenges in every kingdom. They'll spawn their own little blocks, which get you to the moon as long as you know your platforming ship. They haven't, as you can see by them starting to disappear there, none of the timer challenges, the early game ones are never that difficult, but nor do they have a huge amount of wiggle room for kind of failure in them. Up next, we now have something that was not here last time we were in this kingdom, which is the pop-up shop. So, as ever, we have gold coins that we can spend, he tells us how they work again, we can spend these for a power moon. Wonderful, that gives us shopping in Fossil Falls. As I say, there's one of them literally every kingdom. We can also buy this kingdom's outfit. Actually, a number of kingdoms have multiple outfits, but this kingdom only has the one for now, which is Caveman Headwear and Caveman Legwear. I'll buy them both. And there we go, wonderful. So Cappy is now in the form of a dead Dry Bones' head, which is slightly alarming. But yes, literally sitting right here, there's a lot of... So because you're kind of limited in a lot of the power moons you can get the first time you come here, this on top of the rubble, for example, is just literally not here the first time you come to Fossil Falls. Which is slightly odd. But anyway, let's head up to this point here, top of the big stump. I think that might be about the first point I've shown teleportation between checkpoints. But there we go, it's really handy. So, there's a couple of useful things here. First off, down here is a little parrot by the name of Talkatoo. And if we talk to him, he says...
What is the secret you're seeking? I know it, haha! I can't tell you, but I'll give you a clue. Good morning, Captain Toad.
So he will give you the name of a power moon. He'll actually give you the name of up to 3 power moons, and often from the name you can find some shit out about them. With that one we can't particularly. I mean, we need Captain Toad somewhere. I was watching the other day, so we've just had, at the point of recording this, we've just had Summer Games Done Quick, which is kind of the speedrunning marathon, which I fucking love and watch every year. But someone did a run of this game here, which is called Talk 2%, which is basically, for every kingdom, you do the... oh, by the way, when you go into a retro area wearing a costume, you still have that new costume in the retro area. It's quite cool. There's sprites for all of the costumes, and there's a lot of costumes in this game. But yeah, so in Talk 2% run, you do all the required story moons, and then the moons you need to move on to the next kingdom, you have to follow Talkatoo's instructions for. You can only do moons that Talkatoo tells you about. Then once you've done them, you move on to the next kingdom, and you have the story moons to do once again. It's a really cool take on this, and apparently a lot of speedrunners like doing it just for practicing, because it basically forces you to memorize the game and be able to route it really fast on the fly. It was really cool. It was a really good run, and I recommend anyone who's vaguely interested in either this game or speedrunning to watch it, because the bloke who was running it as well he was very charismatic and entertaining to watch. So this one basically, so that was a timer challenge there, and that one basically tests triple jumping, because you do a third higher jump if you do a couple of jumps in a row. It's what I quite like about the Scarecrow challenges. Oh, there we go. Is that the early game ones all kind of do teach or at least test various game mechanics, which is very cool. Bugger. Ugh, made a twat of myself there. Oh shit, we're all the way back here. Right, let's head back up to the boss arena there. Let's try this again. There is a power moon over here. Wonderful. Now, if we head back to the boss arena, we'll see there is something I want to show. We're not going to be able to interact with it for quite some time, but I want it to be for you to know that it exists, and for me to know that, for you to know that I know that it exists too. Is this thing? What an odd stone! Yes, we'll deal with those quite some time in the future, but for now, I want to come down here, and here is indeed the one. The stone is peculiar, but it doesn't seem to do anything. This down here is the one that Talkatoo told us about, which is Captain Toad.
There are so many rare fossils around here. I jump for joy, but you know.
Yeah, Toad has a small jump in the early Mario games. Shout out to Super Mario 2.
Oh, I also found a power moon in my search, but you can have it. It only costs your larynx.
I don't know why I can't do that voice, it just really hurts. But boy am I going to do it all game, because I'm a professional and I commit. I'm not a professional, as the bard is fond of telling me professionals get paid, but there we go. So, with that we have got the Chomps here, and if we head around to the left of them, we did come round here while we were doing the level itself, because there were a fair few purple ones around here. But now every level has what's called World Peace, which is when you beat the boss, or at least get the final story moon of it. And at that point, various things become available. This pipe is just literally not here before World Peace. And this brings us to Chomp Golf. How does this work? Well, I'll demonstrate. Capture a Chomp, and then use it to hit a second Chomp, and then bing, bang, boom. And it opens up. And Chomp Golf is relatively straightforward. It's always pretty obvious the way that the hit should go. In this case, even they've got coins that functionally just guide you to the right way. So we need to hit this guy a bit on the right, so he'll go to the left. There we go, and that'll open the way to the next one. And then this one, I think, is the final one. It's usually 3. Nintendo tends... They really like their 3s. So we hit this one on the left, then it'll go slightly right. Oh, no, actually, so we want to hit that one on the right. So it goes... Oh, do we actually want to hit the fairly straight? We want to hit on the left, so it goes right. There we go. Ooh. That was too far on the side, though. Well, I was here talking shit about how easy they were. I want to hit about there, probably. There we go. Now, this is a bit of a cheeky one here. Like I've said, secret areas tend to have secret moons, and this area is no exception. Don't go through the pipe. Instead, walk towards the camera, and you will unlock the secret part of Chomp Golf. Yes, that's even a thing here. And it's more Chomp Golf. Oh, bugger. It's more Chomp Golf. There's certainly nothing particularly special about these ones, other than they might be a little harder, perhaps. Okay, so we need to hit that far one on the left, which means we need to hit this one really far on the right, actually. There we go. Oh, there's only one shot to make there. Wonderful. That is another moon. Brilliant. Let's head back outside after having grabbed this. So, back out here, we have got this... We've got this spiny bridge, and you'll remember this from a couple of episodes ago, I expect, from where I repeatedly cocked up that jump up there. But down here, this was just, again, not available until World Peace, is another secret area. So here we have it's a mostly retro platform theme thing. Here it teaches you how the platform will work in 3D, which is a nice bit of game design, and then you go through in 2D and have to deal with that shit a bit more. Anyone familiar with old Mario games will know how Koopa shells work. And by the way, the C-stick for changing camera angle still absolutely works while you're in retro mode, which I think is quite cool, that you can actually change the outside angle in that way. Very cool. If we stay up on these lifts, we can get up here. The advantage of that is just some coins, and also, you know, you can't leave that. You actually don't need a pipe to leave those areas. So yeah, some coins and a cool retro reference, but do bear in mind that for later on. There's a pipe here, but we actually want to hop down and get into this pipe, because this gets us into the secret section. Oh, yes. I leaned in alarmingly close there, I'm aware. One of these lets us up. Oh, that was a millionaire, that one, but I think I've wasted the time on it, because those are time limited. Oh, there we go. Let's grab some of those, but more importantly, we freed the Koopa, which means we can crack through that. No, there's a shell after me. Ah, you got me. But here is this area's secret. Hilariously, like, they're all like hidden chasm passage. Most of the time we will be getting the secret of a given, like the bonus moon for a given secret area before we get the main one, because it tends to be the main one you get to at the end, whereas these ones you get by doing something weird before you get to the end. So we'll actually be doing them first in most instances, which is a little odd. Anyway, now we're in this section. There are a couple of purplums to gather here, and these might actually be some of our final purplums in this bit. So if we angle, is it up here? Oh no, it's up there. Right, so this is a bit of a tricky one. So I'm actually going to angle, the camera up so I can see this way as best I can, because what you need to do is hop over to there, and it's a bit tricky to get. There's the actual moon we'll be going for, but if we come over here, then we get 4 purples, and they are indeed 4 final purples. I thought they were. We head back through here, then it takes us straight to where the end is anyway. Wonderful. With that, let's head back outside. We want to head to where the Odyssey was, where we first kind of found it crashed in a heap. And there's one more moon to get here, which is, there's a couple of rocks floating around, but you will notice this one is glowing, you'll notice. You've got to kick it first to notice that. So we pick it up, well, we should do it just by holding X. Oh, did I break the other rock already? Shit. Well, let's see if the Chomp will do it for us. Nope, cool, we got to break this one manually. Cool, this could take a very long time. So you just hit it repeatedly, and it broke in the water. Cool, when it breaks, wherever the fuck it breaks, it will contain... to break underwater, Jesus. There we go. Contains rolling rock by the falls. And that, indeed, is the final moon we can get in the Cascade Kingdom for now. This might be a slightly longer episode, but fuck it. Let's go to the Sand Kingdom next. We've got a bit more time. We can probably swing that. So let's head over to the new Sand Kingdom destination. Let's juice up the Odyssey first with all these. Wonderful. As I say, this game does have sections where it's like, well, gather 10 more power moons to proceed. We will almost never see this because I'm kind of 100% in kingdoms as we do them, so, or at least as much as we can, so we are unlikely to see that dialogue come up much. Right, over to the Sand Kingdom! So, welcome to Tostarena in the Sand Kingdom. And our story moon for now is atop the highest tower, and you see because there's a glowy thing telling us exactly where to aim for. Power moons are a different colour in this kingdom, by the way. They're green, which is mildly cool. Because yes, the weird thing now with Tostarena is it's cold. It's a desert. Desert's supposed to be hot. Not true. Deserts are defined by their lack of rainfall rather than their temperature. The largest desert on Earth is Antarctica, which is of course cold. And it's the reason why the Antarctica Fire Department is one of the most well-staffed and well-prepared fire departments in the world. Despite the fact it's cold, it's very dry, and that makes it problematic for fires. Anyway, up to the left here we have an umbrella, which will give us a couple of purplums on top of it. Nope, it won't. There we go, well. And then we've got some more on the roof up here. Then over to the right, we have, should be a flower bud here, which are a bit of a new thing. Yes, these. So you can fire these up, there you go, by either jumping on, by the ground pounding on them or hitting them with Cappy, and they will be able to, they will turn into like a spring platform, which will launch you upwards. Over here we have got a few more. So this is kind of Tostarena town is the main area. There's a lot of purplums around here, as you can see. But also there are 100 purplums here. And also, if we look at the list of moons available in the Sand Kingdom, there are 69. This is a huge kingdom. The Sand Kingdom is physically and moons-wise absolutely massive, and I really like it, I must say. So that brings us up to 17, and I think that's all the ones we can actually get for now. So let's head into the Crazy Cap shop. You notice a lot of stuff is frozen here, and we'll be investigating that pretty soon, don't you worry. If we head inside the shop, then as ever, I will be buying the 100 coin moon that's always... Oh, you're going to tell me how regular coins and regional coins work, like everyone has done so far. So when we buy this, you will see on the visualizer just how big the Sand Kingdom is. It is absolutely massive. And you can see from that as well kind of what we can do before and after World Peace. You can kind of see which multi-moon is likely to be World Peace based on that. But let's buy some new stuff. Let's buy ourselves a sombrero. We're going to go full cultural appropriation here and also go for the poncho. And with that, let's see how we look in Tostarena fashion. Look at that. So with that, we have got a few more moons to get. We can actually, if we come round to the side here, there's a little sign which tells us, crouch. When something you see is out of reach and the ceiling is too low for you to get there normally, press ZL to crouch. You can also walk that way. So I've crouched, but I actually haven't attempted crouch walking before, which we can do quite happily in this game. And if we follow this pathway along, it leads to the area behind the Crazy Cap shop, which gives us the employees only moon. Stealing? Fine, apparently. Hey, my capture card failed. I hate it when that happens. It's fine. It's 2 weeks later. I continued recording. This is a completely different session. I completely continued recording for another hour and a half, and the entire video is lost because it just froze at that point. Good news is I think I've figured out what caused that problem, so let's hope it doesn't happen again. Plant a seed in that pod. We'll come back to that a little bit later. And it will hopefully have grown something. Oh, right, let's try that again. So, I want to go jump, jump, I can never remember how to do it. So this is almost like a button combination used to jump, because you go wall jump, throw, dive, throw. And if you do it quickly, if you go A, X, R, X, hey, you can just do a little jump up there. There's Talkatoo in this one, and also just hanging around up here happens to be... Oh, got it. It's been 2 weeks as well, so if I'm suddenly handling Mario like an idiot, which I am, that's why. But there's just a moon on the roof, which is nice, on this kind of minaret-y, cathedral-y thing. And then down here is the reason why we put the sombrero on. If we could talk to this guy, he goes, dress like us, party like us. That's what we say, anyway. So, snappy hat, check. Snazzy poncho, double check. Poncho, good one, poncho. Poncho is a type of chemical dye. Double check, you are ready to party. Head inside. There's a chemical dye I used to use quite a lot in my work, which is why I know it. It's not just some random thing. Anyway, if we stand on this thing here... then that just gets us a moon. And basically every world has some equivalent of that, which is an area that you can only access by wearing the correct clothing that gives you a moon, which is quite nice. Couple more things to get. There are some perps up here, which I want to get. So that's 2 and 3. Then there is an annoying thing here as well. Oh, there we go. In this pipe. And I'm going to switch to the Joy-Cons, because this doesn't work without Rumble. So, this is hard to describe, this one. Come on, connect Joy-Cons, there we go. So, I'm basically getting more Rumble on my right there, more on my left. Definitely more left. And you want to wait until the Rumble is balanced between the two hands, and as strong as it's going to get, which is about there. And then when you get to the right point, look at that. That was a puzzle I really struggled with when I first played this game because I had Rumble turned off for battery saving reasons. I thought it was just random. No, turns out you gotta follow the Rumble. And on that note, I think we're going to hold it there. We've come all the way to the Sand Kingdom, and this next episode we're going to be going on in search of Bowser and the Binding Band. And Peach, of course. Footprints there. And that's our goal on top of the tower. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.